Being able to communicate effectively is a huge part of success in any field. Engaging in new relationships can be intimidating, but it doesn't need to be. Your career depends on the ability to communicate effectively and build strong interpersonal relationships. But how can you convince people to like you? The way we connect with others is the same from our childhoods into our adulthood. By understanding your existing relationships better, you can determine the best way to interact with others. At the same time, when you get to know your personal goals clearly, you can quickly manage your new relationships with people based on this knowledge. This forms the gather phase of the book's recommended method for networking. Even though social media and the internet have made it easier to communicate with others, research has shown that our networks are shrinking across the board. This is because we tend to leave most of our relationships at only a superficial level. But that's okay because our current relationships can do a lot more for us than we think. When you have your goals at the forefront of your mind, don't focus solely on making connections that can help you achieve them. After all, most people are only separated by 6 degrees. One of the acquaintances you already have may present the perfect stepping stone to get where you want. Therefore, you should never neglect the friends you already have. Every relationship involves give and take, whether you don't care for someone or love them with your life. Even if you don't like the thought of it, even authentic relationships are transactional. But it can be more than that. The way to form deeper connections is by determining how you can help and offering it to them. Your generosity immediately makes you someone compassionate and trustworthy, and they will quickly form an outstanding first impression of you. Asking for something is challenging. After all, people aren't obliged to help you with anything or even give you the time to hear your request. What that means is that you have to speak concisely and confidently. Don't give others the chance to reject you. Instead, start with a strategy that will guarantee a yes in response. You can quickly gain assent by setting out your expectations clearly and precisely and making sure that it is bound within a reasonable time frame. Ideally, you should keep your request to be completed within 15 minutes. When it comes to working relationships, most people don't want or expect to cultivate deep bonds. However, this can impede professional growth. While it remains true that you can't make friends with colleagues, superiors, or clients in the same way you can in casual environments, certain concepts are still the same. To have a better relationship with those you meet in your working capacity, you need to ask relevant questions and be an active listener. A great way to become a stellar listener is by practicing the RASA method to receive, appreciate, summarize, and ask. When you achieve this, you will have mastered the do phase of better networking. Most professional connections don't last all that long. Once you have completed your project, you will most likely move on from each other. There's nothing wrong with this, except you may induce ire if you fail to recognize past acquaintances. Thus, you should work to maintain long-term relationships with those you have worked. The best way to do this is by identifying advantageous and unique traits in others. What is it about this person that you appreciate or would like to see in yourself? Express these feelings, and you will form the beginnings of a close bond. Never stop following up with people you meet. Keep conversations and compliments going, and maintain relationships by passing information, sharing resources, and having face-to-face interactions from time to time.